Hi guys, welcome back to another episode with Lucy Baby. Quick question, why is it that in this 2020s, so many men, so many young guys no longer want to get married? Have you ever asked yourself, maybe you as a guy, asked yourself, or as a lady, asked yourself, why is it that so many young guys these days have lost interest in marriage? The rate at which so many guys don't even want to get married anymore, if not that maybe family members or friends are just, encouraging them, connecting them with people. So many, if not for such things, the rate will even go. And still, a lot of them don't want to get married. Why? Because I believe that there is a reason behind every action people take. And once the number of people that take such decisions increase in the society, then that is definitely a problem. And it is something that we need to really consider and look into. So that is what I want to talk about in today's episode. But before we begin with that, I want to share a story with you guys. As you guys all know, as we all know, every episode I get to read out someone's story. It could be a personal experience, it could be someone else's experience, something you learned from society, from a friend, from a family member, sibling, parents, or something you just observe, or you just want to say something from your heart, but you don't want anyone to know. So you just kindly send it to couplestory@gmail.com. Send the stories there. I'm going to be reading it out. Maybe you need advice about the decision you want to make, just anything that you want to share related to love, dating, marriage, relationship, divorce. Kindly send it to couplestory@gmail.com. So yes, one of our lovely viewers sent their stories. So to all those that have been sending stories to my mails, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. To all those that have been subscribing, commenting, liking my video, sharing their experience, sending me their stories, I really appreciate you guys for all the love and support you have given to me in this channel so far. I sincerely appreciate it. I want to say a big thank you so much for all that you do. So let's dive into what we have for today's episode. Let's read out the story first. So the person says, of course, you all know that everyone's identity is kept anonymous for privacy, I guess. This is a safe space for anyone that wants to share their story. So I begin. Hello, I've been watching your videos for a while, and I wanted to share something that happened to my older brother, because I think it explains why so many men are afraid of marriage today. My brother was 38 years old. He had a job, a good job, was responsible, respected, and was the kind of man many women said they wanted. For years, our family kept asking him the same question: when are you getting married? Every Christmas, every family gathering, every birthday, someone would bring it up. Eventually, he met a woman he truly loved, okay? The relationship lasted almost 4 years. He helped her financially when she was struggling. He paid for professional courses. He supported her business. He stood by her when she lost her job. Whenever she had problems, he showed up. Okay? Everybody assumed wedding bells were coming. Then one evening, she told him she needed some space. At first, he wasn't worried. After all, every relationship has challenges. Okay? A few weeks later, she ended the relationship. Just like that. No cheating, no major fight, no abuse, no scandal. She simply said she wasn't sure anymore. Women, sha. My brother was devastated. For months, he barely spoke to anyone. He stopped attending family events. He stopped talking about marriage completely. This is my agenda. What shocked me most was that afterwards, women started showing interest in him again. Friends introduced him to new people. Family members encouraged him to try again. But his response was always the same. Why? One day I asked him directly, why don't you want to get married anymore? His answer surprised me. He said, it's not that I don't believe in marriage. I just don't believe marriage guarantees anything anymore. Then he started explaining. He said he knew good men who got divorced. He knew loyal men who got betrayed. He knew hardworking men who were constantly disrespected. You see? He knew husbands who gave everything and still lost their families. He said every time he looked around, marriage looked more like a risk than a reward. That conversation stayed with me, because the more I spoke with other men, the more I realized my brother wasn't alone. A lot of men still want love. A lot of men still want families. But many no longer feel excited about marriage itself. And that is exactly what today's video is all about. Why is it that so many men have lost interest in this thing called marriage? In fact, I have even heard that some guys prefer to just have a baby mama. Not even some even prefer to have like 2-3 ladies that will just give birth for them. They just want children. They don't want any partner. You know, they don't want marriage, anything marriage. They just want children. That's why you see them having 2-3 baby mamas, one guy. But he's not interested in marriage. Why? It used to be just few guys here and there that used to do such things, but now the rate at which men no longer have interest in marriage is something that ladies should be concerned. In fact, the whole world should be concerned about. So let us address this issue today. One thing we need to understand is that a lot of people have failed to realize that men don't just wake up one day and say, I'm not getting married anymore. No, there is always a reason behind their action. Yes, that is how men operate. For some men, it is as a result of what they have observed over the years. For some men, it's as a result of what they have experienced over the years. Some of them have watched relationship crash. They have watched people that they admire, people that they look up to, married people that they look up to. Oh, I want my marriage to be like this. They have watched such good, beautiful marriage end in painful divorces. They have been with friends that their hearts have been broken so many times, that they have probably been cheated on. You know, maybe the girl ate his money and slept with another guy. You know, all those stuff. And plus, social media will not be contributing because, you know, most people, once all these relationship scandal and marriage scandal starts, it's always on social media. So all those things contribute to why so many men will be like, I beg, if not so women they do, I don't want married. That is the problem. Observation and experience. That is why you see a lot of them, they don't even care. In their 40s, in their 50s, they'll be like, no, I don't want to get married. And it's really bad. A lot of men are not appreciated. Yes, both those in relationship or those that are married, a lot of men are not appreciated enough for what they go through, for what they do. The expectation rate for men keeps increasing, but the appreciation rate keeps decreasing. A lot of men are not appreciated enough. Men are expected to provide, protect, lead, sacrifice a lot. And after all these things, they are not appreciated enough. That is why you see on Father's Day. Father's Day is usually celebrated once a year. Unlike Mother's Day that is celebrated, I think, like 5 times a year. Even in that once a year, fathers are not appreciated enough. A lot of people do just wish their father happy Father's Day, do not appreciate them. Be it your father, your husband, your boyfriend, learn to appreciate that man. Because generally, in the society, men are not appreciated enough, especially the husbands, especially the fathers. They go through a lot. So when the young people yet to be married see the things that the ones that are already married go through, now after all the suffering that they go through, they are not even appreciated. Their children don't appreciate them, their wives don't appreciate them. They will lose confidence in marriage. That's why you see a lot of guys losing interest. They'll be like, after all the suffering, nobody will even remember me when I old. You know, all this kind of stuff. When they see what other men are going through in marriage, it can be really discouraging. So that is it. Another very important reason why men don't want to get married or are losing interest in getting married is the fear of choosing the wrong person. Yes. Because when you sit down and imagine, if I choose the wrong person, what is the worst that can happen? My dear, it can cost you everything, because who you marry determines a lot. It can cost you your life, your finances, your career, your children, everything. It can cost you. So when young people that are not yet married see the things that people that are in relationship, serious relationship, or people that are already married are facing as a result of marrying the wrong person, come on, it affects how they see commitment. It affects how they understand things related to marriage. I saw a comment on one of my videos where someone was saying that there is not such thing as the wrong person. And see, uncle, there is something like marrying the wrong person. But they don't go there. Don't go there. There is indeed something when you're in a relationship with someone that did not show you their real self, and find out you guys getting married and the person starts showing you their real self, that is their true color, you understand that there is really something like marrying the wrong person. If you marry the wrong person, you will suffer. You know, one thing I've come to realize that everybody has their own definition of marrying the wrong person. Yes, there are people that probably when they were still in the relationship stage, maybe the guy was not so rich and they just started to manage that, you know, nobody knows tomorrow he could get richer and all that. And after the marriage, the guy got poorer, if I should put it like that. Like the money was not coming, things got worse for them in their marriage. To them, Or you see some of them saying, I married the wrong person. I would have married so and so person that was richer than my husband. He was chasing me that time when I was not married, blah 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 blah. Everybody has their own definition of wrong person. Yes, but I believe that when you say wrong partner, it simply means marrying that person that cannot accept you for who you are. That is my own definition of marrying the wrong person. I don't know, maybe you guys did not understand or know each other enough in the relationship stage, and now that you're married, you know, you're not having personality and character clashes, and you now end up telling yourself you're in the wrong marriage and all that. I understand, it happens. You understand? So, you know, and sometimes when things change in marriage, maybe financial issues, issues with fruitfulness, you know, having kids and all that. When situations like this come up, when problems related to finances, children, health, and all those things come up in marriage, it can also make people regret getting married. You know, you see them feeling like I married the wrong person. If I had married so and so person, I would not be experiencing all of, you know, things like that. So everybody has things that contribute to their own decision or their own point of view. You understand? So yes. So when people see, or when other guys, young guys these days, see what other guys are going through in their marriages, how a lot of men are being maltreated, you know, disrespected, insulted, maybe because they don't have money, or maybe they lost their job, you know, they're just going through a stage in life, and before you know it, a woman that once loved you and is always say that she loves you with all her heart, suddenly now starts acting like a witch. It happens. It is happening. You see, social media is another layer of problem that we have in our society. It has done good, it has also done bad to our society in this 2026. Yes. See, a lot of men, when they see things happening on social media, it can be really discouraging. You will be asking yourself, what is happening? You see all those people that come online to seek for relationship and marriage advice. I don't know how you guys manage, but be careful what you listen to, be careful what you take from social media. Because when you come to social media platforms for advice, you are exposed to thousands of opinions. Everybody talking from their own point of view. Everybody saying from their own understanding. Some people, maybe you're going through stuff in your marriage and you're like seeking for advice. Some people advise you to get divorced. Some people advise you to stay back because of tomorrow, because of your children or whatever. Some people they will even tell you that you're stupid. Some people will insult you. Some people will belittle you. Some people will... There is a lot of opinions. People will just be talking, saying all manner of things. Everybody always has something to say. And this is not just for the men now. Also, it affects men and women. When you see things happening online, towards relationship and marriage, it can be really discouraging, seriously speaking. But one thing is that I want you guys to understand is that do not allow social media to monopolize your mentality. Let it not be everything that you hear on social media that you take and apply in your relationship, in your marriage. Be very, very careful who you listen to, who you take the advices on social media, because a lot of people, that is the way they speak about some things. You see, everybody will be speaking from their own point of view. Some people will be talking rubbish self. There are some things that people say that are wrong, evil, but they'll still post it, and people will watch it, and people will follow the person, and people will key to their advice. I have heard, I think one day I'm going to bring out one video so that you see where people are talking things that before that if you say it outside like this, people will say, are you okay? You see them saying a lot of things. So this next generation, I don't know what this generation is turning into, because you see a lot of people. In fact, you even see some people encouraging ladies not to get married. You see people encouraging guys not to get married. But one thing I know is that no matter what the world says, no matter what social media platforms are saying, all men are not the same and can never be the same. Yes, I said it. All women as well are not the same and can never be the same. Find your own person and get married. But again, marriage is a choice. Marriage is not your destiny. It's a choice. If you get married, fine. If you want to get married, you can get married. If you decide not to get married, fine. Still pursue your life, your career, your business, whatever it is. Have your own life going on for you. Marriage is a choice. Another thing is that the financial pressure that comes with getting married is too much on the men. Let's call a spade a spade. Seriously, it is too much. Especially in Africa. The financial pressure on men towards marriage is too much. They carry a lot of responsibilities when it comes to the wedding, from the traditional marriage to the main marriage, white wedding ceremony, and all of them. All those expenses that comes with getting married is usually more on the men. The financial responsibilities are more on the men. So some men will be like, oh, I don't have money for all this. You spend this. If your wife now wants a big wedding, that one is another problem altogether. You understand? You know, not everybody can be understanding. So men will be like, I want standard and all that. So yeah, that's another. So some men will be like, once they see calculate the millions involved, will be like, wait, let me just get myself, let me gather enough money. Some will be like, hey, I'm not financially stable, I don't want to enter marriage, and I don't want my children to suffer when I get married and all of that. Some of them will be like, hey, I want to build a house first, I want to gain financial stability and all those stuff before getting married. That's why you see a lot of them, some of them in their early 40s, late 40s, still not married. And the annoying thing is that the economy is not even encouraging at all. You will give yourself time, okay, let me use 5 years to achieve this. Before you know it, that 5 years will pass and you have not achieved everything that you wanted to achieve. And time is going, age is moving. You see? So that is another problem on its own. Money. Another very important thing is trust. You see, trust. Trust is the most expensive thing in every relationship, in every marriage. Yes. Trust. And because a lot of people have broken their partner's trust, it has affected and destroyed their marriages. A lot of people find it difficult to trust their own partner. Finding a partner that you can trust now is even difficult. Because a lot of people build their relationship out of lies, deceit. That is what we are seeing in the society today. And the rate at which it's increasing is another thing. You see a lot of people, they will lie maybe about their past relationship, they have secret relationship, cheating on their partner, they have debts to pay, they have a child somewhere, they have a family somewhere. Trust, sincerity, honesty is very expensive now. So when people see what people that are married already are experiencing, will be like, oh, I don't want to marry. Because if someone does the kind of thing to me, I can't take it, my heart cannot take it. I've seen people say things like that. Trust is very expensive. A lot of men are tired of transactional dating. Everything, money. Everything. Once a lady comes into their life, they're not even bothered about what they can contribute into the life of this man. What they want is, can this man provide for me? Can he attend to my needs? Can he do buy me this, buy me that, buy me this, buy me that? A lot of men are tired of transactional marriages. Men also want to be loved, valued, and appreciated in their marriages. Another very important factor is witnessing an unhappy marriage. Yes, believe it or not, a lot of homes are broken. But doesn't mean there are not people enjoying their marriages. Believe it or not, though, there are people that are enjoying their marriages. I'm telling you, they have the fact that they are few or that you have not seen any doesn't mean that there are no happy homes. There are happy homes. There are, I understand that social media has painted it that people are going through a lot. People are just managing, enduring their marriage instead of enjoying their marriage. But it doesn't mean that there are no happy homes. So the thing is that a lot of young people, both men and women, experience unhappy homes. So when they now grow up, they'll be like, I would rather remain single than experience what my parents experienced in their marriages. They grew up seeing a lot of disrespect, malice, fights, arguments, a lot of bad things. Some even experience domestic violence right before their eyes in their parents' marriage. So you see some of them be like, no, I would rather remain single than being in marriage where there is domestic violence. Never, God forbid. You see a lot of them saying things like that. They are discouraged. So please, the married people now, work on your marriage for your own sake and for the sake of your children. Be a role model to your children. Let your marriage be a role model to people around you. The happiness in your home is not just for you, but also for your family, for your children. Do what you can to make your home happy. It's not easy. Marriage is hard work. I always say that. A lot of men are afraid of losing their freedom when they get married. They'll be like, I'd rather remain single than for me to get married and one person will be telling me what to do. To some men, marriage is no longer about partnership, it's about restrictions. Some of them will be like, it's when you get married, you stop doing this, stop doing that. A lot of men are afraid of losing their freedom to do things, make decisions, their hobbies, their friends, their families. They just have that. When you're single, you know how single I can be, and when you're single, you have the freedom to do things the way you like and all of that. So some of them, You know, some married men, when they get married, things like that change. Their friends, some of them end up losing some friends, some hobbies, you know, even sometimes family members, you know, they begin to have this unnecessary gap, you know, distance between them. So some men are afraid of, you know, losing that their life, that their freedom, the way it was when they were single. They'll be like, no, I don't want anyone to come into my life and begin to tell me the friends to keep, the hobbies to do, what I'll do, what I'll not do, whether my family members will come and visit me or blah 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 blah. So they'll be like, no, I'd rather remain single. Let me just have a girlfriend, baby mama, you know, than get married and someone will be talking to me anyhow. They don't want that. So that is another problem. A lot of men have experienced where their vulnerabilities have been attacked, insulted. So when young people see such things, they'll be like, no, I don't want to get married. You see them having commitment issues. You see them having trust issues. You see them not having that willingness to get married. I want you to understand that when you get married, things will change. Yes, but it's supposed to change for good, not for bad. It's supposed to change in a positive way, you know. But some men don't, you know, the way some ladies behave. You know, you see some ladies trying to, you know, monopolize the man's life, you know. So a lot of guys don't want that, because when such clashes begin to happen, like keep this friend, don't keep this friend, do this, don't do that, you know, they end up creating this emotional wall between them and their partner, which is bad. Another very important problem is that so many women will spend a lot of time and money planning for one day, the wedding day, but they will fail to bring out time to also prepare for the marriage itself. So when men see the rate at which so many ladies are so focused on the wedding day, they see the way so many ladies have reversed priorities, misplaced priorities, it becomes a problem. Some men would rather back out than to notice that this lady is just concerned. She's not even concerned about our plans after the wedding. She's just concerned about having the biggest wedding in town and all of this stuff. So such characters from women can be discouraging to the men. Some men are also worried about the way, you know, promises are no longer kept in marriages. You'll be like, is this not the woman that promised to love and respect and honor me that is now behaving like this? So when they see such things at the relationship stage, you'll be like, no, I can't take this in marriage. Like I always say, respect is very, very important to me. In fact, they will value respect more than that love, because if you love a man, you will respect him. So when commitment, love and respect feels negotiable in marriage, that marriage now feels less secure and it becomes a problem. A lot of men in this generation are waiting for certainty that does not exist. That is why they are not married. That is why they don't have interest in marriage. Certainty that does not exist. Emphasis on that. They want a perfect woman at the perfect time, in the perfect circumstances, everything perfect. How? This perfection that never arrives. My dear, clock is ticking. Clock is ticking and time waits for no man. So the earlier you accept and understand the way life is, the way marriage works, the better for you. Find your own person. I don't want to, speaking to the men now, I don't want you to believe that all women are the same. Speaking to the women, I don't want you to believe that all men are the same, because they are not. Stop waiting for a perfect person. There is someone that is perfect for you, but stop waiting for a perfect person. If you understand what I mean. Yes, a lot of men are afraid of getting married, but I also want you guys to understand that fear is a terrible foundation for decision making. Just the way we have a lot of bad marriages, there are also so many good marriages. Just the way a lot of relationships end badly, there are also a lot of relationships that end good. They end with good and healthy marriages. Yes. So the goal is not to pretend that marriage has no risk. Of course, life itself is a risk. Everybody knows that. But the thing is, it has to be a valuable risk. So choose wisely, pay attention to red flags, heal from past experiences, and build emotional maturity. Prepare yourself and hope to attract someone as prepared as you are for marriage. So do not close your heart to marriage because of what is happening in other people's life. It might not be like that for you. Yours might work out better. Yours might be sweeter than your friends' own or your parents' own or whoever it is that has made you lose faith in marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is wonderful. Marriage can be enjoyed. Marriage can make or mar you. That is the problem. There is no in between. But in every decision you make in life, hope for the best. To wrap up everything for today, marriage is not all about finding the right person. It's not all about finding the perfect person as well. It's all about finding the right person that will go through the imperfect seasons with you, someone that is willing to grow with you, someone that is willing to walk through that journey of life with you. A lot of men still believe in love, a lot of men still believe in marriages, but the main question is why modern marriages, modern relationships are killing the confidence that young people have. Because that is another very big factor why so many people don't want to get married. But that is another topic for another. Quick question: why do you think so many men don't want to get married anymore in 2026? Can you drop your answers in the comment section? So that is all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Thanks so much for listening. And please do not subscribe. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Also like and comment on my videos as well. Thanks so much for watching. See you on another episode with Receiving. And of course, before I forget, keep sending in your experiences, your stories to coupleschronicles@gmail.com. If you have anything to share with us about love, dating, relationship, marriage, and divorce, kindly send it to coupleschronicles@gmail.com. There I will receive your story and read it out, and people will be here more than willing to advise you. So thank you so much for that. To all those that have been sending, I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys, all my fans, all my subscribers, all my followers, all my viewers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Bye.